Hello, child of God. This is CPA Shadrach Adino, an expert on wealth creation and management. I'm also a practicing auditor and a financial management consultant. Above all, I'm a born-again child of God and a pastor. Dear listener, I'm happy to invite you to today's episode. Today's episode is a video that is being done in response to people's demand. A number of people have been asking me that we are bringing to them very good business ideas. Now the question is, where do we get money with which to start those businesses? That is why today we want to guide you on how to raise money for starting a business of your choice. And specifically today, we will bring to you 7 sources of startup capital. And before we do that, dear listener, if you are wondering and you've been looking for somebody to train your staff on savings and on matters of personal financial management, I want to tell you that you are looking at the right person, because that is part of what we do. We talk to NGO groupings and CBO groupings. We talk to people who are approaching retirement to prepare them on how to enter retirement with businesses in their hands. Now, over to the 7 sources of startup capital. Now, source number 1, table banking. Now, table banking is a very good way of raising startup capital. It is just a group-based funding strategy in which members form groups of like-minded people. What do? As and when they are convening a meeting, members of this group come together and place agreed amounts of money on the table. Now, it is from that amount put on the table that anybody who has an interest to borrow money borrows money from the amount put on the table. Now, the rest of the money is saved on their bank accounts. Now, it is this money that we are saying, dear listener, that you can use as a startup capital for your business of choice. Many a times, these groupings are formed by women, although in rare cases, men also form themselves into such kind of groupings. Now, how do these people raise their money? They raise their money by investing the amounts pulled together on land. They buy land, and later on they can decide to sell land and get additional income. They also apply for grants from county governments. They also apply for grants from non-governmental organizations and CBOs. They also raise some money by fining members that absent themselves or come to their meetings late. They also raise money by charging interest on loan that are taken by members. Source number 2, merry-go-round, popularly referred to as chama. Now, chama is another good way of raising capital for your startup business. Now, the best part of this chama is that you are not borrowing money. Now, this is how merry-go-round works. They have a number of people coming together with a motive of pooling their resources together, and they give one person whose time is due. Now, it goes around like that until all the membership have been given their money when their turn is due. Now, when you receive this money, this is the money that I'm saying you can as well use it as a startup capital for your business. Now, once this money is collected, it is now your responsibility that next turn, when somebody else's turn comes, again you who received this money this time around will again next time give to another person whose turn is due. And in that way, members there who want to start business get the startup capital for their business. Capital source number 3, brokerage business. Now, a broker is a person that plays a role of an intermediary between a buyer and a seller. Now, take for instance, somebody identifies a land that should be sold. This parcel of land has a seller. The broker now looks for a buyer. When he gets a buyer, he links the buyer with the seller. And once the land has been sold, many times the brokers get commission from the buyer and they also get commission from the seller. Now, this is a very good source of getting money for starting your business. Now, once you've got money in form of commission from both the buyer and the seller, you will easily use this money to start your business. So we are saying that is a source number 3 of getting money for starting your business. Source number 4, personal savings. Now, personal savings is among the best sources of capital for startup business. Now, for you to succeed in using savings as capital for your business, you need to exercise a bit of some patience. Some patience because, one, it will take a little more time to save enough money from your own resources and use this money to start a business. And therefore, you need to do the following to succeed in using your savings as startup capital for your business. Number 1, you decide on your savings goal. You cannot save money without a goal. You must know where you're coming from and where you're heading to. This is what I mean. Find out how much money you need for this business. Therefore, once you've calculated the amount of money you need for the business, then now calculate how much you're supposed to save per month for you to reach your targeted amount for starting that business. Then, once you are sure of how much you're supposed to be saving per month, exercise some financial discipline. In other words, start saving immediately. Don't postpone. Don't procrastinate. Start it immediately, because the more you postpone, the more you're losing time. Now, here is a word of caution. Be ready to sacrifice, because saving requires a lot of sacrifice. Number 2, watch out for money wasters, because money wasters hinder savings. Now, if you want to identify which items we consider to be money wasters, dear listener, I want to refer you to our video entitled 30 money wasters to avoid. We have itemized 30 money wasters that you need to avoid if you want to successfully save money for starting your business. Now, the next question will be, where do you save that money? I want to discourage you from saving your money with a bank savings account. Again, I want to discourage you from saving your money with fixed deposit account. Again, I might not recommend you saving money in your house, because in all those places mentioned above, your money will be eaten up in inflation. I want to advise you to save your money with money market funds, because the interest they give on your money is definitely higher than the inflation rate. Now, what are the benefits of using personal money? Number 1, there will be no extra costs like loan interest. You will not suffer interest on your personal savings. Now, you will have full ownership of your business. Nobody will co-own your business, and therefore all the profits you will make will belong to you. There will be nobody to come and control your business because you've borrowed their money. No, the money belongs to you, and there will be no external party to come and control your business. Now, capital source number 5, SACCO loan. SACCO still simply stands for Savings and Credit Cooperative Society. Now, the SACCOs provide people with platforms for saving and borrowing of money. Now, you can borrow up to 3 times. Some SACCOs give up to 4 times of the amount of your savings. Now, what do you need to do for you to use a borrowed money from SACCOs to start your business? 1, calculate or decide on the kind of business you want to begin. After deciding on the kind of business you want to begin, calculate the amount you need for that business. Once you're sure of the amount you need for that business, then start saving. Save up to 1/3 of the amount you need for the business, because SACCOs give 3 times. Once you saved a third of the amount you need for the business, then go to the SACCO and borrow. All that you need to do is be ready with guarantors and be sure that the repayment amount is within your current cash inflows. In other words, you have the capacity to repay back the loan when it is given to you. Source of business capital number 6, asset disposal. Now, this source is very important because, again, you're not going outside to get money from outsiders. All you need to do is pick on some of your assets that you are not using, because in a house at any time you'll find that people have assets that are not using at that time. Those are the assets that I'm advising you to pick and sell. Get money for the startup business. Now, you can also decide to sell certain assets that I call liabilities. For example, a motor vehicle, a private motor vehicle that you're not using, that is continuously draining on your resources. I want to advise that such liabilities that continuously drain on your resources, if you want to start a business, pick on that vehicle and sell it. It is better to get money instead of losing your money continuously, because a motor vehicle will always eat into your resources. Sell it and start your business with the proceeds of that asset that you've sold. Number 7, where do you get money for starting your business? Number 7, from family and friends. My friend, it is very difficult to find strangers or just friends, people outside you, to give you money. The only people that can entrust you with the money for a startup business will be close friends and close family members. Remember, people do not know you. You've not been in business, and yet now you're approaching people to give you money to start a business. It is very rare. It is only family members that can entrust their hard-earned resources to you. It is only very close friends that can entrust you with their hard-earned resources. What do you need to do? Be very careful when you're given this amount of money so that you don't hurt your social relationships. Friends that you're close to, people that you have been at par with, please manage their resources properly so that you don't spoil relationship with such kind of people. Number 1, what do you need to do so that these people can give you money? Now, think about the implications. Number 2, tell them the truth about what you want to do with this money. Number 3, manage their expectations. Because if you hype the expectation of people who are giving you money, friends and relatives, you might increase their expectation, and yet you're just starting a business that you don't know the future. You may fail to live according to your promises. Then you're going to spoil relationship with such people. Therefore, manage their expectation. In other words, do not oversell your business. Don't promise heaven while you are still living on earth here. Now, the next point is put the agreement on paper. Write it down. Whatever you've agreed with your family and friends when they are giving you money, please put it down on paper in form of an agreement which is written. Again, please make continuous progress reports to these people as business goes on. There will always be ups and downs when you're starting a business. Please give people continuous progress report on how your business is doing. Dear friend, I've come to the end of my presentation on 7 sources of startup capital for that business of yours. I have given you business ideas. Today, I've also given you where to get money for starting your business of choice. Dear friend, as I stop there, may I request you to like or subscribe to this channel, like this video, turn on that notification bell, because when you do that, YouTube will continuously update you or notify you whenever we upload our new video. And we are assuring you we are going to upload more. In fact, in the next video, we are going to continue with our series on businesses that you can start with various amounts of money. We are even going to reach up to more than $1 million. Therefore, stay tuned. I thank you for listening. I pray that God will bless you and may you prosper in Jesus' name. Amen.